Guys, and welcome back. And today we're gonna give you some tips, pros and cons of the modeling industry, how to begin your own career, and some advice we would give if you're just starting and you're a beginner, and some stuff we didn't know when we began our career that might help you in your process. I started my modeling career a bit under 2 years ago. It's gonna be my second year in October. I do runway, commercial, photo shoots, advertisements, photo shoots.
So I started my career in modeling about 3 years ago, and I started it in a modeling school, and I went to courses for a year. It was a long time period.
What type of modeling do you do?
I do fashion shows, commercial like shoots, commercial videos.
So some pros that I would say that benefited, right? Or beneficial? Beneficial to my modeling career was making a lot of friends. I met her on a fashion show.
Yes.
Different styles, exploring different opportunities, working with different people, working on sets, trying products, getting invited to events. All of this was really wonderful. And it's really fun meeting people, especially if you're an introvert, right? Or extrovert.
Yes.
Which one?
You're an introvert. You means like you like to speak to people. If you're an introvert, you're scared to speak to people.
Extrovert.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But it's also good when you're an introvert, because I'm like a mixture of both. Sometimes I'm an extrovert and sometimes I'm an introvert. And like in situations when there are lots of new people, I was very shy to speak up to like new people. But after like working a lot in this
industry,
industry, like I got more used to it. And I opened up. As I looked at my friends that were extroverts, for example, like Vika, she was never scared even from the beginning. She came up to everyone.
Oh, you have to take your opportunities.
Yes.
Every second of it. If you get invited somewhere, meet everybody, get their contacts, contacts. Yeah, get their contacts and exchange information that can really benefit your career on moving forward. Honestly, unfortunately, there is a few cons that sort of come with this career, unfortunately. But again, I believe in
Cons are everywhere.
Cons are everywhere, and that's normal. However, I think that's something you should be aware of if you're starting a modeling career. It's current judgment, obviously, on your appearance. It can even be with hair. One time, I was selected for this designer. It was, I don't know, they traveled from a different country. I believe they were Russian, or I'm Russian as well. And they told me, oh, like you have a hair color that doesn't fit anything. Yeah. And
hair color?
Yeah, I'll tell you which show it was later.
I think I know which one.
Anyways, so yeah, they can even pick on your hair, on your height, on your body. Of course, that's the industry, and you can't do anything about it. You have to accept it, move on, improve, or depending in which context. Yeah, so there's obviously a lot of judgment around and a lot of things that come with it. You have to face it. You have to learn how to react properly. Obviously, there's times where you need to stand up for yourself, and that's completely normal, and you just have to be aware of that. Another thing I would mention is a lot of times people would like to take advantage of you in terms of the time. They sometimes hold you back, and you get paid per hour, obviously depending on the project and the usage. And again, be very careful of the usage. That's for advice, though. We'll keep it for advice. Anyways, so you have to be really, like, the con is that you can't trust anybody. You can't trust a lot of people, and you have to be very careful of your surroundings, who you're working with, where are you going to work, obviously with the pavements, and there's so many things, honestly. And communication is
Yes, so as well, one of the other things is that there are a lot of scammers, and yeah, you just maybe didn't talk to them.
I didn't get to that.
Like many people, like especially if you search for jobs in Facebook, that like many people do, but I would not advise to do it. And also on Instagram, some people text you, they'll be like, oh, like I have this project, I'm gonna pay you this much. Even like they usually give quite like a good amount. But then at the end, either
It's
they,
not what you're signing up for.
yeah, like it's something
Completely
inappropriate.
different.
Yes, inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, exactly. And
So you have to
but
be very careful.
yes, and you have to be careful from the beginning, from like what pictures you're sending. As there's some agencies that they like to take pictures of like your like portfolio of you in a bikini, and it's okay, like it's modeling, like if
It is what it
yeah,
is.
like it is what it is. Like you have to deal with it. Like sometimes you have to walk in a bikini, like on a show, but you have to be sure of which. Like who's telling you to send that, and if you're sending it to a real agency, then it's okay. But if it's someone not real, someone that has a scammer, then you have to be very careful with it, as the pictures can get all over everywhere very easily.
Yeah, some advice that I personally would give, then Katya, you can give your advice, but some advice that I would personally like to give is be aware of the usage. Where's that video? Because oftentimes the usage can be, I forgot the name, when the usage is like for the lifetime. You know what I mean? Like when the usage, basically in certain
Like they can use it forever.
Yeah, they can use it forever, basically. I forgot what that's called, but be very aware of the usage and the product you're modeling for. For example, if you're gonna do cleaning supplies, it's very unlikely you're gonna get booked for a perfume, because the viewer is gonna associate you with something else, and the brand of the perfume wouldn't want to put you on their product as the face, because it ruins their image, if that makes sense. So be very aware. I understand sometimes it can be intimidating and a good offer, and you're like, wow, like it's on a TV or something. But again, trust me, a lot of opportunities will come, and you need to learn how to pass on to certain opportunities that you're uncomfortable doing, and that genuinely, you know, obviously depends on which path you're going in life. If it's just for fun, then I mean, do whatever. But if you're building a name for yourself, if you're, you know, continuously wanting to shoot, I would highly advise to be very careful of the usage and of the product you're shooting. And especially for the usage, if you're doing a certain perfume brand, you're unlikely to get booked for another perfume brand, because that's their competition. And again, competitions, they wouldn't want the same face on the product. And also in terms of what is it, it's not usage, it's, oh yeah, it's also a part of the usage, because there's so there's usage in terms of where the product is placed. Is it placed on a billboard? How long is the billboard up? Is it placed on an ad? Is it on YouTube? Is it there? You have to be very cautious of those things. They're really important. And I know it might sound tempting again, but be very careful in that sort of direction. And this mostly, I would say, applies to commercial industry. It does apply to modeling, but mostly it's seen in the commercial industry, because often for specifically shoots and modeling, the brands like to display it either like online on Instagram or on like wherever, you know. But be very cautious, be very careful, and be aware of that.
As well as the point from my side is that you always have to show who you are and set the standards for yourself.
Definitely.
As if like for example, many people at the beginning, when someone texts them and be like, oh, it's a collaboration means they don't pay you. Like you work but they don't pay you, like, and they mean it.
But that's good for a portfolio.
Yeah, good for a portfolio. Okay, at the beginning you can take that if you are sure that the pictures that you're gonna get, or the like videos, whatever, are in good quality, actually gonna benefit your portfolio and your future modeling. However, if it's not, and for example you worked for a bit of time and they're sending like a small budget, or even not paying at all, then it's better to tell them no, and to set them standards.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
because if they're gonna see that you're taking it for a lower budget or even for free, then they're gonna always do that, because no one wants to pay more if they see that you're taking.
And the word passes around as well.
Yes, because everyone knows each other here, like in the industry. And if one agency or one like person says to another that she's like taking very like low, then they're gonna like it. They're gonna call you for the same amount, and no one's gonna tell you a higher price.
Preferable to be on freelance. However, I do recommend probably getting mother agency. I think that could also be beneficial. A representative, yeah, for sure. But in terms of that, because you're on freelance and you're constantly working with different people, I would definitely suggest to negotiate the budget, because obviously the agents are taking the commission and it's not a part of the agency. There's not a fixed commission on your work. So what they believe they should take, they're taking that off of your pavement check, right? So it's very good to negotiate, very good to set your standards straight. I think that's really important. And another thing I would like to add, before starting anything, like anything at all, you need to make a portfolio. Whatever you do, you need to make a portfolio, because a portfolio is your image, your Instagram account, your photos, your lifestyle, what you do in a day,